It's Friday.
What day is it, Shane?
I'm going to say it's Friday.
What is this doing here?
It's for the TV.
It's also the holiday season.
It is. It's December.
Which camera are we on? This one?
That camera. There's only one camera.
One down the middle?
Yeah.
Oh.
Down the pipe. Right down the pipe.
You always assume there's a hidden camera?
Yeah, look where we are. We're in a basement.
This is like a basement of sorts. It's like a dungeon.
It is kind of a...
Got the mimosas back.
We do, of course we do. Are we supposed to cheers?
No, don't touch me.
Okay.
Ooh, Shaney, this is good.
I like it.
Today on Final Friday, we are getting festive.
Oh, we are.
Is it because it's
December?
It's Christmas time.
It's time, boys.
So we are reviewing a Christmas horror story. It's not a Christmas story. It's a Christmas horror story.
It's the Christmas version of Trick or Treat, I think Brian has described this as.
It is the Christmas
Brian said that in our text chain. Is that how you say that? Text chain?
Group chat?
Group chat?
Group chat.
Yeah.
Which I also want to point out real quick. We've been talking for weeks now, I feel.
Here we go.
About, dressing up. This is what we do.
Yes.
Bri has his thing because I got my thing.
And I got my thing.
No, I gave that sweater to Shane because he forgot this morning.
I mean, I was rushing out of the house.
Yeah.
It was really busy morning.
Right. Always something with this kid, right?
Yeah, it's usually something.
Usually. What did you get at McDonald's? You said you were going to McDonald's.
I got a bacon, egg, and cheese McGriddle.
You didn't forget that, though, right?
He picked it up on the way.
Sure.
All right, so now I'm like, you're right. Like, we're backing on Shane, but you know what? Fuck you. Right? Let me guess. In about 2 seconds, you're going to go down on the floor. Is that your thing? Is what you do?
I do that upstairs. You guys, I can't do that down here.
Oh, but
you want to see what I do? Did you fucking turn the chair off because you knew I was going to do that?
You think I set you up here?
I found it.
Do you think I set you up?
You usually do.
I like how his punishment to us and himself now is just getting more comfortable.
I legitimately could fall asleep right now.
You cozy? So, we're going to just kick it off with our first segment. We used to be GNN. Now that segment has changed to SNN. So, Shane, you want to just kick us off with SNN before we dive into the movie?
Of course I do. SNN! This just in, new paid subscription to SNN Plus if you want more and better news. But you're not getting that now. Instead, you're getting Biden makes history as first octogenarian president. What does that even mean?
Octogenarian?
Yeah.
Does that mean he has 8 kids?
Maybe. But it's in the news. NFL linebacker retires after selling rare Pokemon card for over $650,000.
Retire on that?
Apparently.
We can make more money playing in the NFL, correct?
It's safer to sell Pokemon cards.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think anybody wants to play in the NFL anymore.
So, SNN Plus, you said, yeah?
Yeah.
How much is that per month?
Oh, 100.
That's what you're hawking?
Well, because I only give the best news. You could subscribe to this lesser place I heard of called GNN Plus, but they just read news straight off of Yahoo.
Where did you get that right there? Are you on Outlook or something?
No, this is
Outlook guy.
No, this is my Microsoft Word document where
what do you use for search engines? Because you're not a Google guy. I know you.
Of course, I'm a Google guy. What do you think I'm using? Firefox,
Ask Jeeves or something. Do you remember that?
Microsoft Bing?
Yeah, you're a Bing guy. You little fuck.
I'm a Bing guy. Speaking of Bing, a Christmas horror story.
Bing bong.
Bing bong.
Let's talk movies here. We don't have to talk SNN the whole time.
No, that's true. And I was recently just told.
Maybe it's time for me to go.
Are you just going to cut Brian off every time?
Yeah, maybe it's what you guys want.
So I was recently told, hey, will Final Friday be a program that specifically just deviates from the whole horror thing and just do these washed up action movies? And it seems like that's been the direction we've been doing week in and week out. So it's a fair statement to make. But obviously that's not true because we are delving back into the horror well.
Yeah, I actually think the month of December we're doing all strictly Christmas horror theme.
I agree. I agree. And you'll just have to see and trust us. But at least for week one, we're definitely doing a Christmas horror story, a movie that has different stories that are really not really related. I mean, in Trick or Treat, they're not really related either. You just see the how they path. And
there's some overlap.
There's like
some
short overlap, but you see how they like one would occur in sequential order after the other. This movie, you really can't tell that, but it is like different stories.
Correct.
What do we were working with like 4 different themes here?
So we have the story of the kids in the woods, the kid in the woods with his parents,
which is a great story.
Great story, which does overlap slightly with the 3 kids in the insane asylum basement, because that's where the cop started.
Yeah, because he goes on leave.
I didn't pick up on that.
Yeah,
at all.
That's the cop in the beginning.
What was your guys' favorite?
I love the Changeling story.
I was going to say that. I like the Changeling story. I think my favorite story overall. The stupidest story was Will Shatner until the end, I think. And then once I found out the end, I'm like, this is like probably the best story.
I agree with that.
Little twist there. That was good.
It was a sick twist. The Shatner twist.
It is a Shatner twist.
Fuck that Shyamalan twist. We're doing Shatner.
Yeah, Will Shatner's in this movie.
He is.
I actually I like his role as like kind of like the voice of Christmas, and then to see it all culminate into what it did at the end, I thought was very nice.
We've heard Will Shatner, a real life story about Will. Good old Bill Shatner.
What
you remember that? A good friend of ours, their dad, tried to get his auto.
Oh, didn't he like yell at him?
City?
Yeah.
He's fucking shunned him.
Yeah.
So, Bill Shatner, bad guy. Terrible guy.
Come on. Sometimes you just don't want to be approached in the city.
I'll give him a one-time pass.
Would you want someone coming up to you for your autograph being like, "Oh, Mr. GNN"?
I'd be like, sure, come.
Sure.
It's better than, paying for garbage, right?
Wow. It's no way to talk about this superior
I give my shit out for free, you know what I'm saying?
So what do we talk about more? The movies or SNN GNN's rivalry? Because at this point,
we deviate often.
We do, right?
But this specific movie, deserves better.
It does.
So let's talk about the movie.
Let's talk about it. How do you want to talk about it? You want to go story by story breakdown?
There are interspersed stories throughout the movie, so I think we can just talk about each story separately, I think.
Okay, so let's start off with probably the weakest, which is the 3 kids in the insane asylum basement.
For sure, because I didn't really know like what part of Christmas they were trying to get at. Is this like the virgin birth kind of deal?
I think so, yes.
That was the main.
Because the principal's name is Herod, and isn't there like a King Herod during that time?
Yes, there is.
Yeah.
Herod, for sure.
So I caught on to some things. So basically these 3 kids, it's a guy, 2 guys and a girl. They want to go investigate this insane asylum that's in the basement of their school, as there always is.
Why are they doing it?
Because apparently 2 students had been murdered down there. One was like crucified to a wall, and the other girl was just swinging upside down. They're trying to see. There's apparently some young girl back in the day. She was 15. She was pregnant.
Name was Grace.
They were what?
I think her name was Grace.
Grace or something like that, yeah. She apparently had an immaculate reception, something like that. And then
Franco Harris.
And then they didn't believe her, so they threw her down into the cellar where I think her baby, was it born incorrect or was it aborted or something?
She tried to abort it herself.
She tried to abort it herself, yeah, that's right.
She ended up killing herself trying to abort the baby or something.
Yes, that's it.
Your new tattoo?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
It's not done yet, though.
Just peeped it.
Is that Pac-Man?
Pac-Man, yeah.
It'll be colored in.
That's actually
soon.
awesome.
Oh, pretty cool.
It goes all around my wrist.
I like that.
There's not that many ghosts in Pac-Man.
Shane.
Oh, you're going to do multicolored? You're all going to do the same colored ghost? Multicolored.
Every ghost will be a different color.
Wow.
Nice.
I always knew you were gay.
Yeah.
I was going to say, because Pac-Man ghost, there's only like 4 colors.
Again, Captain fucking Literal Man over here. There's not that many ghosts in Pac. Are you fucking kidding me right now?
No.
God, it's time for me to go. The fuck am I doing here?
My phone almost
fell. You gonna drop that down the couch again, like last time?
That's a lot. I actually cracked the back of the screen last week.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Good.
I'm just gonna put this in my shirt.
Makes me so happy.
Okay, so let's talk about the movie.
Let's get back on track.
I like the ink, though. It's a cool idea.
It actually is, in all seriousness.
I like you.
No, I like you too, buddy.
Why is this happening in between
Skittles, Pac-Man. I like it. Yeah, and what we can say is the reason why I'm saying is I don't know why they are doing it. It's just like a YouTube thing, you know.
I think it's like
this is our generation of just like the hit quick.
I think it's either that or a school project.
Wow.
Doesn't this also tie in a little bit with Krampus? Because where did they get the key to this school? Was it a key?
Yeah, they get it.
They get it from the blonde.
They get it from the girl for the Krampus story.
Because the cameraman, he's dating that blonde chick.
Yeah.
Yes.
She gives him a key. He grabs her ass. She goes with her family.
Yes.
They go to the basement.
Well, they would never actually go to the basement if they didn't uncover this footage, the footage of a cop investigating what happened that night. And then all of a sudden, like when this guy's he's being video recorded while he's going through it's a school, right?
Yeah, it's school.
He starts singing a song randomly and starts like acting weird. And then, I think that's all the footage you see. You find out that cop goes on leave. And he'll be in another story that we'll talk about later. Like Mike mentioned, thing is, there's another story where a girl is going with her family to, I believe, their father's aunt's place.
Yes.
She's a little thief. It does come into play later. For a while, I'm like, I don't know why this is important or like why someone would just be a thief if they're rich. But you think they're rich, but there's a whole thing.
Yeah.
In any case, she gives that friend key to the school, and that's how they get into the school.
That's one thing I like about this movie. Every little detail kind of matters.
Yeah.
Which
Tell
is
you what, though, another sidebar.
Yeah.
If you're gonna drink a mimosa, don't be chewing minty gum at the same time.
It probably like contradicts the flavor of it.
Maybe
right?
like a mojito that'd be better for or something.
You need a mojito.
It's a bad move.
Yeah. Why would you drink anything with gum?
No, don't do that. No.
Don't. You psychopath.
That's just savagery. So yeah, let's just talk about this story.
Yeah, so they're going to be down in the basement, and they're going to be filming. They're like, oh, this is where it happened. This is where they died.
This is where they died. So,
And then we're going to start seeing some ghosts in the background.
Ooh.
Ghosts, little ghoulies.
Ghouls.
Are you good?
Me and Brian are on a different
Yeah.
wavelength than you know. Me and you or you and him. You just don't get it. You'll never get it.
You know what? You know what?
Oh, you're going down too.
You're lucky Bri turned my couch off.
I didn't turn anybody's couches off. It's this. I turned your couch off, I guess. Holy shit, what the fuck happened?
This is the couch. This one's broken. You probably broke it when you slammed your fucking phone against it over and over.
Literally dropped it through the center. Yeah, I think my couch is turned off.
Oh, what a shame. I'm so sorry.
We're gonna have to check on that later, but
Yeah, this is all Mike's fault. He broke my couch. Okay, so let's talk about this. So eventually this spirit is going to go into the girl. And once the spirit is in the girl, she has this insane lust for dick.
I mean, you're not wrong. She tries
man.
to get with her friend's boyfriend.
Yes. Which she's like, I can't do this. I have a girlfriend. So she does the only rational thing and shoves a cross in his eye.
And kill him.
Yeah, she does.
And then the other guy, who clearly had the hots for this girl the whole time.
Did he really? It's another thing I didn't pick up on.
Yeah, I think they kind of like...
I think it was like loosely
played.
some loose innuendos.
Yeah.
But she's gonna get on top of him and ride him.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a thing that happens.
He's like Seabiscuit.
Yeah.
He's being ridden.
Yep, that's gonna
He
happen.
neighs.
Shane, you getting off in a fucking basement like that or not?
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you not?
Savage? Probably not.
Bro, are you getting off in that basement?
I mean, there's a lot that happened in that
There's
basement.
a lot going on
Yeah,
down there,
a lot.
Shane. A lot of stuff.
Yeah, but some girl just starts hopping on your schlong.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, when that whole thing happens,
Yes.
she all of a sudden is no longer possessed. It
No.
seems. And she's like, "What did you do to me?"
And then, dude, okay, so I don't know.
Whoa.
Yeah, so I don't know if you guys noticed it. I instantly thought a knock knock, because he's like, "Wait, no, you did." It's the Keanu Reeves thing. It's like, "I fucked you.
Oh
I
my
fucked you.
God.
You fucked me."
Yeah. What a great movie.
Like that's instantly what I thought of, because the kid's like, "You did this."
Is that where Keanu starts going off about like fucking pizza or something?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like, it's fucking free pizza, man.
Right.
Free pizza. But yeah, that's kind of the vibe I got here from what the
That's fair.
kid was doing.
That's fair.
That was the first time I ever saw what's her name?
Anna de Armas.
Yeah. And ever since then I think she's like the hottest girl in Hollywood.
She's up there. She's definitely up there. It's like top 3 for sure. So,
Brad didn't look at that scene though.
What scene?
I don't know.
The scene
You
in
watched
this
that when
the
you
scene
were
in this movie?
No, the
Knock knock scene?
You watched
yeah,
that when you were single, though.
That was a while ago.
You were all over that then.
Yeah. So he's gonna now be like, oh, where's Dean or whatever the other guy's name is. What was the other boy's name?
Don't ask me names, because I don't know.
Dylan.
I was so close.
Dean, Dylan.
They're both with D's. So he's going to go look for Dylan. He's going to see Dylan has a cross through his face. And then the spirit of the ghost is actually going to appear, pin him against the wall, shake him violently, and then snap his neck. And then she's going to be... she's also going to be holding the PT fetus. And...
Yo.
And she's going to touch her stomach and be like, you're kind of pregnant. And then she's going to go upstairs and be like... I
feel like you just bestowed a fucking curse on me that I'm not going to be able to get rid of for like at least 15 years.
You're going to give birth.
So like...
every 9 months for 15 years.
Please don't ever touch me like that again, okay?
But yeah, so that's... right? She now has to go... I like how she kind of just accepts she now has to birth the demon spawn baby.
Yep. Pretty much. And that's that story.
Yeah, that's why it's the worst story.
Then you have like one of the other like overarching stories, like we mentioned, is Will Shatner kind of just being like the voice of Christmas for Bailey Downs, and it's the name of the town.
Yes.
A real place.
Over the radio. And there's like a food drive that they're talking about. Everybody got to get to the food drive at the mall. That's a big thing. And there's also an associate he has named, I think it's Howard. What's the name of the associate?
Norman?
Norman. Yeah, it is Norman. Norman, who just seems like a grumpy goose.
He's a real grumpy
He's supposed to go
goose.
down there, but he just like argues with Norman for a while. That'll come back into play later.
Yeah.
Norman's got to go down to the food drive.
So, which story would you like to do next?
I think we just go right to the cop. I think that's the one that makes sense the most.
So yes, this will go to the cop. He was the cop who investigated the murders of the first 2 kids. He was so taken aback, he had to go on sick leave. So the cop is going to take his wife and his kid into the woods. They're going to cut down a tree, clearly passing no trespassing sign, even though the same trees are behind it. There's just something about the trees on the other side.
Hodor's watching on us like a snowmobile.
He really is.
Similar, yeah.
The kid's going to get lost in the woods, and then they're going to find the kid in a tree. And anytime you find a kid in a tree, it ain't your kid.
That was like that Sleepy Hollow tree, right?
Yes.
That like gape in the middle.
There's a hole in there. Anything could be in there.
Yeah, I assume it was a changeling right away.
Yeah, you called that out?
Yeah.
Nice.
You're like, Changeling called it.
Yes.
Isn't that a movie, Changeling?
Yes,
it's
with Angelina Jolie.
Have you guys seen it?
No. I own it on bootleg, though.
Okay. You're so weird. You're like the weirdest guy I know. I'm surprised you guys didn't watch it without me, because that seems to be a thing.
I was literally going to ask, like, hey, Shane, you want to like watch that together without
Yeah,
Mike?
well, we could do it like at this time, like as soon as we're done recording, because Mike has all your plans.
Yeah, he's leaving us out.
What are you guys doing? You want to hang out after this?
No, you're busy.
I mean, you're too busy to watch the Changeling on bootleg.
So the cop is going to bring the family back now that they have the kid, and the kid's going to be just like house and spaghetti.
It's to the face. This kid just cannot eat enough spaghetti. Like,
is that like a changeling fact? Like you just get super hungry?
No, so what it is the changelings are used to living the changeling lifestyle, which is just in a tree, gnawing on some bark. That's why Hodor, when he's gotten a taste for the human life.
Oh, so he wants all the spaghetti.
Yes, he's not used to eating spaghetti or presents or a warm bed. He's used to tree bark.
It's sap.
He's not used to good old homemade Italian food.
Exactly.
That boxed spaghetti.
How do you know that? How do you know they're making box?
They're not doing that shit from scratch. You know that.
You don't think they're just pressing their pasta in the back?
I would, though.
No, you wouldn't. You're a fake Italian.
Dude, I also have a great palate, too, right?
No. You're hard tasted, but your palate's has always been a little weak.
Can you give me... I taste really hard, though.
No, you taste really hard.
You literally chew gum. It takes away all of the flavor of everything else.
That's true. My mimosa's ass right now.
You've ruined it. You've ruined a good day. So the dad's going to start to sense something's off with the kid. He's like, yo, this kid fucking sucks.
He's like, I literally am getting no ROI on this child.
Yeah.
This child is doing nothing for me. Give me a new one, please.
So he beats him with a belt.
Yeah, I mean, it's like after that he opens
the gifts,
presents and stuff.
Did you agree with the ass whooping?
I agree with disciplining. I don't know about like literally. I don't know about beating a child.
Yeah.
Disciplining is essential to raising a child.
Oh, for sure.
I don't agree with beating.
Yes, but you also have to realize this kid also has now stabbed his father with a fork.
Mm-hmm. Things have changed now because now this kid is assaulting people.
Yeah.
The mom too. She takes forever to like.
Well, the mom's an enabler. As you like to call it.
This is actually I would call her a bad mom.
Yeah.
I thought about that. I'm like, this mom is just not a good mother because
she doesn't discipline
she seems
at
like
all.
she's pure child. She literally has no sense of discipline. This kid is obviously out of control.
Seriously.
So that's the problem with these parents. The father's too much on the one extreme and the mom's too much on the other extreme. That's why some people need a nanny.
Fair. Fran Drescher.
Did you have one growing up?
No.
Shane used to beat off to Fran Drescher too.
Oh my God.
That's just the thing that happened.
Well, we all did do a smack pack once to Fran Drescher, right?
Can we bring that back?
Smack packs to Fran Drescher?
No, not to her. Just like in general.
Just like smack packs.
Like it's when our group of friends got together. It just has like really close dudes, and we're like, "Hey, let's fucking jerk off together. Let's all leave where we're at, go home, and jerk off at the same time."
Yep.
And when we finish, we text in the group. What do you call it? Group message?
Group text, Mike.
Okay.
Man's going through it today.
Yeah. Let's do that. You want to do that?
Yeah, sure. If it gets me past this segment, yeah.
Can we do one right now? Put your hand in, Bri. Smack back.
1, 2, 3.
Smack back.
Okay. So
that's established.
the Hodor character is going to call the mom, and he's like, "You literally have a changeling on your hands. You should probably do something about that." And she's like, "Nah."
He's like, "Stop talking to me."
Yeah. So she goes in the other room and sees her husband is strangled and his hand is cut off.
His hand is severed.
Is that a thing? Probably because of the discipline. That's probably cut his hand off.
So because he whipped him with that hand, that's the
hand he cut off,
that's what that was?
that's why he strangled him also with the belt that he beat him with.
Okay.
Yeah, it all makes sense now. Then the mom's gonna be like, "Oh shit, Hodor was right."
Yeah, and the guy just gave her some tips.
Yeah,
she has to call him back, and she's like, lure him back. Don't make it super obvious. So she doesn't make it super obvious. So she just approaches him with a metal aluminum bat.
Yeah, I always crack it up. So she then beats the changeling over the head. And then
there's also one point where she's in the shower.
No, I mean there's also the scene where she's in bed and you get like a changeling hand.
Yeah,
creeping up her. You remember that?
Another one of my favorite questions. If you were a girl, are you letting the squad hit?
I mean, it's the only right thing to do, right?
I'm not talking about like our group of friends.
Yeah, you're saying if we're in our group of friends, but I somehow was now a girl, am I letting the squad hit?
Yeah.
I mean,
because I for sure am.
I am definitely not fucking some friends in my friend group. There's just no way that's happening.
There's some of them that
you just can't do.
Yeah.
Like I'm a pretty big slut, but yeah.
But yes.
But no, I agree. You're right, though. Like, if you're a group of friends and you're a girl in the group, you should let the squad. Like, that should just be a thing.
Yeah, that is agree. We all agree on that.
Yeah.
You're not doing a service.
Because you're selfish.
What are you saying to the rest of the group? You're just not going to let these men.
Honestly, I'm probably getting a train ran on me.
Okay, we're moving on. This is because you always bring it one step too far.
Stop.
All right. So she's going to bring the changeling back to the forest, and Hodor's going to be like, "Well, you got to put him in that tree." And she's like, "Can I have my son back?" And he's like, "Oh, no, your son's actually still just missing."
Your son is missing. And by the way, if you look out in the forest, here are all my other boys.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
So she shoots him. Worst decision because now there's no leader to these changelings. I love how also she just accepts that when the child that comes out of the tree is now her son and just not another changeling.
Right, and the kid's straight up in his
underwear,
tighty whities.
Like what
the fuck were they doing? Did you? I'm in the tree.
Well, no, wait. I assumed that was a changelings again.
Oh, really?
Another changeling?
That's what I thought. I thought they just sent her a second changeling.
Oh no, I thought that was the boy.
Yeah, me too.
Interesting. I wonder which way.
I thought the changeling just took his clothes.
You see, I was thinking that too, but I thought maybe the changelings were just changing it up.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, next story. Let's go.
I mean, that is the end of that story. I can't believe she got out of that with the...
That's why I think they gave her a changeling.
We forgot. Dude, at one point, this fucking changeling boy, he's fucking like crawling on the ceiling and shit.
Yeah, they little Jew on.
They have very sticky hands.
Crazy.
Yeah, sticky hands. All right, let's go to the Krampus story with the family. I think that's the next. Because we'll end with Santa.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, you think you're a tough guy because your chair works.
At least Brad didn't turn off my chair.
I actually am kind of worried this chair is broken. To be honest with you guys.
All right. So, moving on. The family. The dad just wants to have a nice road trip with the family to visit the aunt. He works for BioHelix or whatever the hell it is.
He's making big stacks.
Yeah, he makes
BioHelix.
What is BioHelix? I feel like that's from a video game or something.
Probably.
You're thinking it was Bioshock?
No, shut up.
So good. In any case, they're going to go. They're going to on the... I guess it's... Is it on the way? No, no, they go there first, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they meet with Aunt. You remember the aunt's name?
Fucking Janet? Let's look it up.
It's not about Etta.
Etta. Oh, so close.
So at Etta's house, and Etta, they don't look like they're in good terms.
No. They'd be on bad terms.
In any case, the son's a little bit of a... He's easily distracted by these figures. He already knows. He sees a Santa, he sees a Krampus, and he accidentally fucks with the Krampus figure.
And he breaks the Krampus.
And then she's just visibly like not happy about that.
No. So she throws them out into the snow.
And even Gerhardt, who's her butler, was like, "You shouldn't do that. That's not a good idea."
So he throws him out into the snow.
Yeah.
They've all been thrown out in the snow. So then the family's going to be driving down a road when the dad has to swerve off the road because he sees a Krampus run past his car. Mm-hmm. Then they're going to get out of the car and they're like, we'll just make our way back to the aunt's. We'll call for help there. The dad gets like...
You think it's a gunshot.
I thought he got scorpion speared, like where Scorpion's like, get over here.
It's a chain. he got chained, and the chaining was rough.
Yeah, it was actually very rough. The dad looks like he went through it. The son then gets stolen with the chains. They wrap around his legs, just completely rip him away.
And then this is where you find out that son was just never a good kid, apparently. The daughters roast their brother.
Okay, so yeah, they get into a church, and the daughter's like, oh, it's the Krampus. The only way is we have to confess our sins. And then the dad's like, BioHelix isn't real.
She's like, I brought us all together this holiday season, so like, just to make amends, and maybe my aunt could make things right, and we could get the group together again. Like, I'm so sorry, honey.
Yeah.
What was he doing with this fake company?
He was scamming people for money, pretty much.
He was just like living on scams.
Donors to like spend money on his company, but the company didn't exist.
Jesus, man.
Then we find out the daughter just steals shit, which Brian mentioned, and then we find out the boy was Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah.
Oh, he's killing
animals,
cats or something.
Yeah.
Shit.
She's like, what do you think keep happening to our animals? She's like, I saw him smiling over the corpse of Fluffy.
I think this was a little reach because like I don't understand why that was important whatsoever.
It was just they were just trying to show that each of them was bad. Granted, they could have just said
they're wicked.
Yeah. They could have just they didn't have to go to the child being a serial killer, but
there was really no evidence of that. The only misbehaving he did was knock a figure off a table. Like let's be realistic. The kid was fine.
Did the wife had anything?
No, but that's why she gets fucking Krampused.
Oh,
she doesn't confess.
Fucking, why would Krampus care about confessions?
She's like that woman in Game of Thrones who's just like, confess.
Shame.
Yeah, but no, she says confess first.
Okay.
Yeah. So the father just gets pulled out of a window by more Krampus chains.
He's fucking done.
Toast.
Gonzo.
The mom goes to fight the Krampus. We don't see what happens, but we just hear some squishing sounds.
Yeah, it's not good.
Yes. The daughter then escapes, gets to the aunt's house, and she's like, we're sorry we broke the figure. The Krampus is after us. And she's like, oh, you think it's because of the figure that your Krampus is after you?
Yeah, because, you know, in all these movies, there's always the German grandmother.
Yeah, did you like my German accent there? I think I did decent.
It was okay.
Damn it.
You don't think the German...
Very Oktoberfest.
Shane, we've moved on.
I was very Third Reich of you, which in my opinion,
Oh my God.
I don't like to say this out loud, but it's probably top 3 of all the Reichs.
Is it because it's the third?
I mean, none of that. It was a bloodbath, really.
It was.
What do they say? First is the worst, second's the best. What's third?
The one with the Krampus.
So, yeah, we find out that Gerhardt had turned into the Krampus because the Krampus isn't a physical being. It's the hatred building in you during the holiday season that turns you into a Krampus.
It had nothing with the destruction of the figure.
No. So literally the daughter now turns into the Krampus to kill the aunt.
Yeah, because apparently Gerhardt was the Krampus.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Okay.
I didn't like that ending.
It was weird, but it makes sense because now...
What I will say, though, is the Krampus looks really cool.
Awesome
Super
looking
fucking
Krampus.
cool.
Awesome looking Krampus.
Super cool.
So let's go to the final story. Santa fighting zombie elves.
Excellent story. So, like, basically, his whole story, Santa story opens up with a door about to get knocked in the very, very beginning of the opening of the movie. And you're like, what could this possibly be? And then, like, you find out, like, at Santa's, like, workshop, like, all the elves, I guess starting with Elves Shiny, getting an infection.
Yes. And Shiny dies. And Santa's nervous about that because elves don't die. They're not supposed to die.
I've heard, actually, that is about the elf lore. I've heard that before.
Yeah, no, it's true.
And this kind of goes in line with Santa being a total fucking badass.
Yo, he has this fucking staff where he just starts murdering zombie
Right now,
elves.
he's a badass. He's going to become bad as hell, but now he's just a badass.
Yeah. Yeah. Fire. Bars.
Like little lamp bars.
Yeah, we're not going to deviate, though.
Okay.
What we are going to do is, so Shiny comes back, attacks him. He kills Shiny. He tells Mrs. Claus, hide in the goddamn closet. I'm going to take care of this.
Like a good
Such
woman.
a good husband.
He is. So it's just him murdering elves. It actually gets pretty bloody, some of these
It's
scenes.
a fucking bloodbath.
It's actually really cool.
All these nice little elves that were scared are now turning, and Santa's just killing
I was
all of
thinking
them.
like the changeling might. This is probably the best.
the whole story as a whole is the
I think so.
Without a doubt.
So
The changeling was really cool though.
yeah, so Santa's murdering elves, murdering elves, murdering elves. Sadly, Mrs. Claus got caught. He has to murder Mrs. Claus.
Yeah, but Santa is such a badass. There's a time where all of the elves were about to take Santa out, but Santa ain't going down
No,
without a
he
fight.
decapitates all of them.
All of them.
That Kane, man, like he's just whooping elf ass.
And he does allude to it. He's like, I know who's done this. I know who's behind this. And that leads up to the door scene.
The Grinchy poo.
It's not. It is the Krampus.
Krampus comes through the door.
And they actually have a pretty epic brawl.
Epic battle, yeah. And he's about to, he actually, like, it goes back and forth for a while. Then Santa does have him in a position where, like, he's about to hit him with an axe.
And yes, kill him. That's when you got to think back now. William Shatner, his whole storyline's been going on this whole time. His boy Norm was sent to the mall for the charity food drive. They've been trying to get in contact. You don't hear back from Norm. They even actually say there's a situation at the mall.
The only time they reference it, and you're like, what the fuck are you talking about? A situation that he mentions hostages, you're like, what? And then they skip to these other scenes.
Yes.
And you're like, yo, wait 1 second.
I was like, dude, classic Shatner. What is this guy talking about?
Yes.
But then
We find out when the doors open to see who's coming through, it's the police. And we find out none of this Santa storyline was real. It was all in Norm's head. And Norm this whole time, is just, they actually pan and there's a decapitated child behind him.
it's fucking sick.
And
yeah, no, it's like the whole axe over Krampus. It's an employee.
yeah, it's
at
an
the
employee
mall.
at the mall.
Well,
and they're like, Norm, stop, Norm.
Doesn't Krampus, like, you see him beg and then he turns
The
into
employee. Yeah, the employee.
that happened. I was like, whoa, this movie's fucking good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a really good twist. And I like it because the whole idea is like, you know, like the whole mall Santa, like everybody hates doing that because like it's just like an annoying thing where kids go on them, but just like the mall Santa gone bad.
Yeah, it kind of like almost was a tribute, and I can't believe I'm going to say this, a tribute to Silent Night, Deadly Night, where like it's Billy, right?
Yeah.
And that one has to play Santa, and then he flips and kills people with an axe.
Yeah.
Is that a movie?
Yeah.
Good. Good.
It was our Christmas episode last year. I'm glad you paid attention to the final podcast.
I'm glad we watched that movie together, like friends.
We actually did.
We did?
Yeah.
Fuck.
It was on list too. We all watched it together.
It's time for me to go.
And that's a Christmas horror story.
Yeah.
They shoot and kill Norm.
Yeah, I mean, these just,
but dude, he went on a fucking slaughter, dude.
Yeah.
some people just
shit.
are disgruntled around the holidays. So like, I liked how they built that story up slowly throughout the whole thing. You're wondering like, how is this whole like William Shatner story gonna really like plug in, or is it just like just context over the whole thing? You don't know, and then it pulls in pretty big.
I really like it.
In a good way.
Is this even a question?
Yeah, we have to do it. It's part of the thing.
Duh.
Yeah, this is, in my opinion, the best movie we've reviewed on this podcast.
It's not even close.
Point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like up there with Megaboa.
It is the trick or treat of Christmas movies for sure. Like it is.
They're both really good.
Agreed. I really like this movie.
Yeah.
I gave it like a decent 8.
I give it a 7.
I give like this could be a 7 or 8ish movie though.
Yeah,
for sure.
I agree. I was considering 8, but I did give it a 7. Yeah, it's fantastic.
Oh, for sure.
So, with that said, I know we ran a little longer for this episode, so
good.
we'll just say, like I said, we're gonna stay Christmas spirit this month. It's December, so next week we're gonna do the Nick Cage classic 211, the cop bank robber movie.
One of my favorite Christmas movies. You know, for I guess special force guys that are just like way over the line.
Yeah,
robbing banks.
They go way too far.
We need the long arm of the law, Nicolas Cage and co, to help save the day.
And you might think, what does this have to do with Christmas? Oh, you said Christmas. Well, Nicolas Cage's first name is Nick, Saint Nick.
When the police siren goes off, the lights flash, just like lights would be strung up on a Christmas tree.
Exactly.
People are together. The bank robbers are together. People getting shot at and doing the shooting back on the police forces, they're together.
Yep.
That's a family.
It's all about togetherness.
Exactly. You think your husband's going to be home for the holidays? No, he's getting shot in the head at a bank.
We'll see you next week.
That's it.
Bye.
On MTV.
Will I be wearing this sweater? Maybe. We'll see.
We'll see you next week. Fun Friday.
Bye.